Up next for the Hasbro Marvel Legends Super Villains Xemnu Build-A-Figure Wave, we have Dormammu. Here is the side art to Dormammu, which looks pretty dope. On the back side, we get the rest of the wave, the Build-A-Figure, and a read-up that reads, a maniacal cosmic being with an unquenchable thirst for conquest. Dormammu uses extra-dimensional abilities to invade realms across all planes of existence. Be sure to check out the links down below in the description. Get your hands on a set of the Super Villains Marvel Legends Wave. Alright guys, so here we have him out of the box, and yet again another awesome looking classic comic book rendition of a character. This time it's Dormammu, and it's the first time we get Dormammu in this look, which makes it cool. He's sporting the same body mold that the Red Skull is sporting, works pretty well, and he looks pretty dope overall. So let's take a look at the accessories that he comes with first, and then we'll move on to a closer look at the figure. So first, he comes packed in with trigger finger hands with side hinges on the figure itself. Then you are able to swap it with a pair of fists or a pair of open hands. These are exactly the same hands, all three sets, the same hands as the Red Skull. It comes with these fire effects, which are pretty cool. Nice little effect to keep, maybe use with other figures too if you don't want them on him, but it looks good. And Dormammu comes with the left arm of the Xemnu Build-A-Figure. So here's a closer look at Dormammu. Let me know your thoughts on the face sculpt. I think it looks cool, but I know other people have different thoughts, so let me know. Here's the flame effect for the hair, which I do like. I did hear some people have some gripes with it because it was different compared to what the prototype showed. So there's that. But overall, not too shabby. It looks pretty cool. We have, you know, the sand armor here. Got the shoulder pads on the side. And then you can see clearly it's the Red Skull body mold. Like I said in that video, I don't remember seeing this body mold anywhere else, but if it was used somewhere else first, let me know. Going down to the feet right here. And that's about it. Pretty, you know, basic stuff here. It's just 2-color, 3-color, which is what makes it so classic and comic booky, because that's how they made outfits for superheroes and villains back in the day. So I like it. And before I move on, I want to show you this little black piece. It's kind of like a separate piece. You see how that moves around? Like when you move the head around, it moves around with it. So, and it almost looks like it could be removed. Let me see if it does remove. Yeah, it does remove. So there's a peg at the bottom of his head. Now you see that big old hole. He doesn't have it no more. So I don't know. If you like this, you could display it like this. So for the articulation of the figure, he's sporting the same exact articulation of the Red Skull figure. If you didn't watch the Red Skull review, go ahead and watch it. I don't know why you haven't seen it yet, but I'll go through it real quick anyways in case you didn't see that. So it's on a ball jointed peg for the head. It looks up and down. Very stiff though, because he's, you know, he's got a lot of stuff going on at the neck area. So left and right is still possible. Keep in mind that black piece moves around. Get some head tilts in there. Forward and back, you can see it gets hindered by this armor piece, but it still goes up pretty well. In and out, we have bicep swivels, no butterfly joints. We have we have double jointed pinless elbows. Swivel at the wrist with a side hinge for this hand. Every other hand has regular hinges. We have an ab crunch for the torso, waist swivel. T-jointed legs will kick forward and back, in and out. We have thigh swivels, double jointed knees, pinless knees, right there. We have boot cut shin swivel and an ankle hinge, and the whole foot just came off. Whoops. An ankle hinge that goes forward and back, and then the ankle rocker right there. And here we go side by side with the Dormammu and Red Skull, clearly same body. But we get some differences here. We get a belt attachment onto this Dormammu. It'll cover that sculpted belt for the Red Skull, and then the boots are the same, but then we get this upper boot part piece that is different for Dormammu. And of course this shoulder pad piece is an added on different, you know, it's a loose plastic piece over the body there. It's not sculpted on, so technically it could be removed. But there you have it next to each other. Dormammu does stand taller by a little bit. The flames help him out there too. So then here we have him next to the Build-A-Figure Dormammu that we got a couple years ago. This is also a comic book rendition, but it's very different. You can see he's much bigger. From what I understand, I think Dormammu can change forms and sizes, so he goes big to small. Correct me if I'm wrong. But you have two different sizes Dormammu and two very different looking Dormammus now in the collection. So I believe we're still waiting on Hasbro to give us a classic rendition of Doctor Strange, like a super classic one like this. In the meantime, here he is next to the Mezco 112 Collective Doctor Strange. It looks pretty dope. The scaling might be okay. I'm not sure if Strange is supposed to be taller or shorter, but again, Dormammu changes shapes and sizes, so I think it could work. And next to some other figures I've reviewed recently, I'll put in the Star Wars The Black Series Clone Wars, Obi-Wan Kenobi. As always, Black Series tends to scale a little bit smaller than Marvel Legends. Alright, and that's going to do it for this review of the Marvel Legends Supervillains Dormammu figure from the Xemnu Build-A-Figure wave. Here you can see him with the flame effects wrapped around his hands. Gives it that extra super dope look. Overall, I am glad that we got a classic looking Dormammu. Be sure to check out my Resco review and stay tuned for upcoming reviews from the rest of this wave. Thanks for watching, guys. Leave a like, comment, subscribe. As always, take care and have a great day.